You're listening to Linked AM. Tell your story on Linked Live and get noticed. You're listening to Carl Wolfenden on the Business Class Show and is not always affiliated with the guests and the topics discussed. Any financial statements are the opinions of the individual, and you should seek professional advice before making any decisions. Upgrade your listening to Business Class, the show that puts you in the big leather comfy seats. So sit back and enjoy our take on the trending business issues of the week.
Howdy, folks. Here he is, the Texas Brit, the guy with the stiff upper lip, filling his 10-gallon hat and his cowboy boots, Carl Wolfenden.
Good morning, and welcome to Linked AM here on Business Class News. And, I've been looking forward to this conversation because my next guest, he's full of energy, but he's a fantastic innovator as well. And I've known him for a couple of years now. And we were talking about, well, actually, I saw it on Facebook for Business. He just launched this new initiative under his company, this product solution. I thought, hey, I got to get this guy on. He's a great friend and also, as I say, a great businessman. But really to talk about what he's doing with this product and how it came about. So without any more sort of me waffling on, I'm going to introduce Carlton Hoskins. How you doing, Carlton?
I'm doing well, Carl. How are you? Carl with a K?
Hey, Carlton with a K as well. There you go.
That's right.
Isn't that funny? I think that's how we sort of started talking, wasn't it? Because we were like saying, hey, I'm Carl with a K, you're Carlton with a K. And so,
that's right.
Yeah. But you have got a great background as such in business, innovation, etc. And when we last spoke, I mean, you were on the show, I think, about a year ago. You were talking about your company, I Do Systems. We had this little thing, I do systems. No, you do systems.
No, I do systems.
No, I do systems. Yeah.
No, I do systems.
See, I always love it. I love it. So tell us more. Let's remind the audience out there what I Do Systems is all about.
Well, I Do Systems is a technology company that we started back in 2014 to help create, innovate technology and tools and solutions that help small businesses survive and support the business coaching and business consulting world.
I mean, at the moment, I mean, with all this COVID thing, I mean, I think it's more relevant than ever that you need tools to help sort of, support and be a resource, etc. Especially in that industry. I mean, I think you shared an interesting statistic the other day with me off camera about how consultants and sales consultants and business coaches that they're in need, or the economy is in need of those roles, and your system supports those people. So if they want to go into coaching and they've got the knowledge, then they have a system behind them. You have a new product set called Pillar 5, haven't you? Is that part of this ecosystem?
Absolutely, Carl. Pillar 5 is the what I say is going to be our Phoenix for this new ecosystem. We actually had an idea that we were going to hold off on the launch until everything was perfect. This is just the mind of engineers and software developers. We want perfection. But because of this current crisis that we're facing, it's now more than ever that coaches need this tool to support their efforts to help more small businesses survive, thrive, and become sustainable. I think one of the stats that you were referring to is that 15,000 coaches in the United States. Now, that includes basketball coaches, tennis coaches, gymnastic coaches, every coach you can think of. So out of those 15,000, only 7,000 of them are actually business coaches.
Really?
Now, that's almost, what? And for me, that's a big number because I know some people don't like stats, but I just happen to be that guy who loves them, which started me into this venture. But there's almost 30 million businesses in the United States. 99% of them are small businesses. 86% of all businesses generate less than $250,000 a year. 76% of all businesses will fail before they reach year 10. So let's just take the numbers away for a minute. There's around 23 million businesses that are in dire need of business development coaches, small business coaches, obviously, because the predominant market is small business. But many coaches and consultants, they want the high-end, high-ticket clients, paying them $10,000, $15,000 a month, but that's not where the market's at. And so in order for let's just say the 7,000 business coaches to manage 23 million small businesses, they would literally have to take in over 3,000 clients a month. There's just not enough time in a day to do that. I mean, I spoke to one coach the other day out of Wisconsin, and he says, Carl, I have 30 clients and I can't take on one more. So that's what our software does. It automates the process. It allows coaches to really put their services on autopilot without losing the personalization.
Well, I think, one of the things that we've been talking about on some of the other shows that we had over the past few weeks is that more and more people are having to adjust the way that they do business. They have to become more nimble and flexible, etc. And there's a lot to do. And there's not that much time to do it in. So anything like what you have developed that can help somebody maximize and make them more efficient is, I think, the most sensible thing out there. And then, I'm hearing and I'm talking to a lot of people that are struggling, that are saying, I need somebody with experience to come in and help me. And as you say, there's not that many people around that can actually. I mean, I'm on LinkedIn all the time. You see a lot of people saying, I'm a professional coach or whatever, or a business coach. But as you say, they can only handle so much business in any one time. So this is going to make them more efficient, isn't it? And have more clients.
Absolutely. One of the things that I've noticed, Carl, when we started developing this product, actually 5 years ago, we started doing this development because it took a lot of research to understand developing a sustainable business. There's no roadmap. There's no instructions in the box when an entrepreneur says, I want to be an entrepreneur. There's no instructions in the box. And so when we started building all of these pieces out and developing this company, the one thing that we wanted to make sure of is that coaches could actually use technology in their services, not with their services. There's a difference. There's a big difference there. Microsoft, you use with your service, right? I use Microsoft to write a document. I could use Excel to do a spreadsheet, but it's not in your business. Excel is not taking the information, converting it in a macro, and then spitting back out the data to you on the other side, depositing the money into the bank, moving it over to your expenses, paying the IRS at the end of the year. That automation is missing from the coaching world. And so that's why we've developed this component to help with many things, not specifically what I'm just explained, but that was just an analogy of what we do. It helps the clients to work independently. Because as you know, Carl, you're an entrepreneur just like I am. We're independent. We're go-getters. We don't need someone to wake us up at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, let's go get it. We're already motivated. We're energized. And so entrepreneurs are like that. And so if coaches can just say, here's the answer, I don't have to repeat myself 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I get to go talk to another client, bring on another service. And therein lies the difference, the automation of the expertise, if you will.
So what you're saying? Let me just repeat what I think I heard. And so you're saying, you know me, I have to get it. It has to sink in a bit more. So you're saying that I, as a business coach, say for example, I go out there and I can set up a siloed account for that particular client A, and then I can do it for client B, client C. And then it runs on its own. Is that right? So I can have it so that it's automated for each one of those, and I can go and focus on building a business and then doing other things that are outputs from what my clients. Is that what I'm hearing?
Very, very close. Yes.
Okay.
The beauty of it is that we wanted to minimize the complexity of what we developed. So as you say, create one for each client. Actually, they only have to create one.
Okay.
Literally, they create one. And then the automation in our tool replicates it. So let me explain it in this way. When we were youngsters and we were just going into education, our parents put us into kindergarten. We went from kindergarten into first grade, then we went to second grade. And there was a series of steps that we had to go through, 1 through K through 12, right?
Yep.
That's what they call it, K-12, right?
Yep.
So we had to go through these steps. Well, businesses are developed in the same methodologies. This is the difference between the coffee shop on the corner and Starbucks. Starbucks understood that they needed to build a sustainable business. The coffee shop on the corner is just trying to be successful. So they're chasing the money versus chasing the development of a sustainable business that can work without them being present. And so the development process of our tool is actually already built into the software. So all a coach needs to do is go into the software, find the development pieces, and add their content where they would instruct a client on how to develop a bank account, how to do marketing, how to do a SWOT, how to reevaluate their strategy, how to write a business plan, how to increase revenues, how to generate sales. Every 115 building blocks, we call them. But they're very high level pieces. And so the coaches come in and they break those pieces down with their content. So I always tell this story. I had a client who was building a dating app. And I remember one day we were sitting down at lunch and we were having our consultation. And during this consultation, I was explaining why they didn't need a bank account at this particular moment, because they haven't developed the product. They didn't have sales. They were putting the cart before the horse, if you will. The next day I was talking to a, what do they call, the holistic doctor in Georgia, who called me, Carl, I need help. Can you coach me? We had the very same dialogue, word for word. I had the very same dialogue with that doctor. And it instantly hit me in the head. It was like, wait a minute, I'm repeating myself. Why? Everyone's got to go through the same processes, no matter where you are. So when a coach gets a hold of our software, no matter where their clients are going to start from A, and they're going to work their way through Z. Now, if they've been in business 4 years and they've already done A through F, that's okay. They can just go back and reassure they've done it and then move on faster. Those who haven't done A through F are going to go a little bit slower. So even though all of the puzzle pieces and all of the instructions are in there, everyone's going to move at a different speed.
Yep.
Right? But we make sure that every stone is turned over. Every piece of the business development process is evaluated and completed. And so the coaches literally just come in and go, here's a resource, here's a content. For example, if they come and they talk with you on the radio show, Linked AM, then they can take this content, put it on there, plug it into that specific building block. And now when their client gets there, it's like, well, I need to call my coach. No, you don't. Watch the video. Oh, great. I watched the video. I can move on. I know what to do now. Or I can watch this masterclass, or follow the PDF, or do a workbook, or whatever they want to put in there. It's so user friendly. I've made it so a 14-year-old can literally be a business coach if they wanted to. Literally.
Fantastic. Well, as I said at the beginning of the segment, you are full of enthusiasm, and the thing is, you're confident because you know this works.
Absolutely.
You've lived it, you've built it, and there's nothing better than having something that you've lived and then you've built it so it can satisfy what you need, and then you can replicate it on for others. And that's what you've done by the sound. I mean, you're right. It's taken years to actually sort of get it to where you are today. But
yes.
It was funny you said about you were waiting for it to be perfect and all that. I had a guy on, Yuri Adoni from Israel. He wrote a book called The Unstoppable Startup, and he was saying that you got to show not tell, okay, in the venture world. And what he
right,
means
sure.
and what he means is you got to show it in action, and if you show it in action, then the consumers will come. and and then you can learn, and you can be flexible, and you can be nimble, and you can fine tune as you go along. But you have a product right now that people can use in this environment, and I love it. I love it. So how do we get to know more about it? I mean, Pillar 5 is the solutions, and I Do Systems is your company. Tell us, come on, how do we get?
Well, the easiest way to learn about Pillar 5 is simply to go to pillar5.com. No numbers. It's all spelled out. pillarfive.com. Just really simple. Go to pillar5.com. You'll see my friendly face on the front, giving you an introduction and a lot of content. And if Carl is anyone that could witness, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm constantly updating terms and words and copyright inside of my website. So, but by all means, it is ready. It's available. In fact, we decided the other day, we had a team meeting with our organization, and we decided we were going to offer, well, let's just say this. Pillar 5 was scheduled to be offered at an annual subscription rate.
Right.
Okay. That's how we were going to start the program, because what coach is going to have a client for a month, right? Many coaches do that, but we're trying to encourage them to keep long-term coaches for client lifetime value, to help them generate revenue. We want to help coaches make as much money as possible. They have 3,000 clients beating on their door going, I need help, and they're not helping them because there's not enough time in a day. So what we decided was we were going to launch this with a lifetime, one-time payment access deal. That was it. They would pay almost half the price of what our 1-year subscription would be for lifetime access. And so that is available for a limited time. We're always haggling over when this time is going to come down. But right now it's wide open, and we're trying to keep up with the rush. But it's a beautiful thing. We love it. But coaches that are realizing it say, well, that's very inexpensive, maybe $500 for lifetime access. And I can manage 30 clients on autopilot.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic.
I always do the math. You charge a client $500 a month, 30 clients, that's $15,000 a month. I mean, it's really rudimentary math right there. I mean, it's just super simple.
Yep. Wonderful. Wow. Well, I tell you, when this goes out, you better get a good server and how, because it's going to be crashed by the time when I get this out. No, seriously, that is a fantastic offer. I'm going to put all the details on Business Class News, and as well, and a link to pillar5.com, so that all those coaches out there watching this now can take advantage of that for a limited time period only. Let's say that, but to be determined. Right. So I think it's brilliant. Well, Carlton, as always, I really appreciate you coming on the show, because I know that you've been busy doing this, and I'm so excited about talking about it to the audience and talking with you again, my friend.
It's always a pleasure.
Well, that was Carlton Hoskins, and of course of I Do Systems. No, I Do Systems. No, he does.
No, I Do Systems.
Oh yeah, he's still on there. I can't get rid of him. So, but as you heard, I mean, him and his team have been working diligently to get Pillar 5, this product solution, out there, which is going to be an amazing product. I've seen a little sneak peek of it, and you gotta really reach out, go to that website. The details are below on this post now. Click on that link, and you'll be able to learn more and ask for more information. So, as always, and taking I Do Systems and Pillar 5 into consideration, go out there, have some fun, make some money, and be safe out there. Thanks so much. Bye.